Headphones for kids that tell stories. Welcome to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from OnAnOff is founder Petur Olafsson. Great to see you again, Peter.
Thanks for having me again.
Well, OnAnOff is best known for creating buddy phones, I think, headphones for kids that have volume limiting technology to protect hearing. Had those on the market for some time now. Now, something brand new called StoryPhones. Tell me about it.
Yes, StoryPhones is coming from, in our belief, the headphones are becoming enablers of technologies. It can be all from content to biofeedback, but the future of headphones is to do something more than headphones did yesterday. So we came out with StoryPhones. Headphones would tell stories to kids that takes them away from the screen. The kids today are always on YouTube, they're always watching something. But the fact is, nearly 70% of what we learn is by listening. So to tell and train kids to learn how to listen is becoming ever more important, especially with the younger children, because that beyond kind of learning how to listen and learn how to read and write, it helps them as well to build up their own creativity. And as well, on top of it, it takes them away from screen, because screen has a negative kind of impact on this kind of sleeping patterns. So this is why the reason came out to make StoryPhones, headphones which can tell stories without needing to have a screen in front of them.
Well, describe for us how they work, because they're doing it in a different way. You don't have to be connected to anything else, right?
No, not at all. So what we have is two things: StoryPhones and a Story Shield. Story Shield is an NFC tag, which goes onto the top of the headphones. As soon as it hits the headphones connects to the cloud, downloads a story into the memory of the headphones, and it tells the kids a story. So after that is done, every time the kids comes again and puts the shield on, you can listen to the same story. That's kind of like a fundamental of it, but it has much more than that into it.
What else can it do?
Number one, we have what we call Sense Shield, which is a shield has kind of calming and kind of a calming sound for kids to relax and help them to sleep, or just kind of bring them anxiety level down. So it could be like listening to piano, listen to wind in the forest, listen to the sound of the sea. It can be listening to a heartbeat of a mother. It's all built in one shield, and you can just turn it around and it plays the different kind of sound into the headphones. That's number one, and we call that Sense Shield. Number two is what we call Play Shield. This is kind of thing which, like, we have linked up with Disney, and we bring in global stories of Disney, which are kind of everybody's favorite stories. But stories are much wider than just Disney stories. You have stories like global stories like Disney, yes, but you have as well local stories like country stories. Then you have even family stories, something which is related to you. Anyway, so we all remember to listen to our parents or grandparents telling us stories was built into our own families. And we are built into a Play Shield where you can actually tell your stories into our ecosystem, and you can even customize the shields to have whatever photo you want to be printed on the Play Shield. And then that can be connected to the StoryPhones, and it tells the kids a story what you uploaded. It means, let's say, if you have grandchildren in different city, or the kind of the grandparents of the kids are living in different city, they can be telling them stories into the system, and they can listen to the stories of the grandparents every night when they go to sleep by simply putting a Story Shield on and listening to the stories of the grandparents. We call this building stories between generations. This is a great medium which you can harvest the stories which are within your family and bring it to next generation.
And the nice thing is too for parents that there's no screen involved here.
No screen. So as soon as you set it up once, you need to have an app on your phone. You set up everything, then you give the headphones to the kids, and they at that time point they don't touch any screen. So it means it's a kind of experience of storytelling without any screen being touched. So that's a part where it helps them to sleep and be a little bit calmer, because the UV light from the screen impacts the kind of behavior of kids. Both can overstimulate them, so they have more difficult time to sleep, and as well as like distract them in the long run. So this is a great medium to build this kind of experience of listening to stories. Because one thing which is important about listening to stories is about imagination. Storytelling is an amazing thing. When listening to stories is amazing because you need to visualize your own world. That builds you up your own creativity. Anyway, so that's a part which is kind of is one of the kind of why it's so important for kids not only be watching YouTube or television, actually to listen to stories, because that gets your mind kind of kicking in, and you start imagining different worlds. And this helps you out to build up your creativity in the long run. And yeah, so this is hugely important.
So with the Story Shields, you have a partnership with Disney. Tell us about that, and how many different Story Shields do you envision having for this?
So we're launching in 14 Story Shield, for Disney in Europe, and we have in 5 different languages. So we have English, we have French, we have Spanish, we have Italian, and German. And then we are adding more partnership into a collection. So we are working now with setting up a partnership with Sony and etc. So we're building the foundation of different stories within our ecosystem. And now we are setting up a partnership with, which is kind of we're not crossed completely the line, but we're working towards partnership with Pinna in New York, PINNA, to bring their stories into this ecosystem. And this makes it a kind of we want to be a platform of stories. We want to kind of have endless stories of endless creators, which have endless kind of magical worlds to bring to kids.
In the U.S. market, what will be available there?
So we are in conversation with different parties. So we are visioning ourselves to launch in summer of 2022 in the U.S. market. So at that closer to that time, we will notify or kind of bring it to market who are going to be our content partner in the US market. But we are talking to a number of people in the US market, and we are seeking out partnerships because we want to be kind of just a platform whoever is in storytelling can approach, build their own storytelling kind of stories into our platform and be able to bring it to the kids.
Very interesting. Tell us about pricing. You mentioned availability in the US. It's not going to be until next summer, but in Europe, you're earlier.
Yes. So we are just launched now in Europe, and it's going to be kind of in stores in January. So the pricing is from the headphones is from 99 euros or $99, and the Story Shield is from $7.99 to $14.99. You can build your own Story Shield from that range. So you can build a vast collection of different stories. Normal stories are from half an hour to 60 minutes. And yeah, so that's kind of the base platform, what we have for StoryPhones.
So tell us, parents may wonder, what are some of the key differences between you and some of the competition out there? I mean, people have heard of the Tony box, for instance.
I think there's a fundamental difference. Number one, we are portable, truly portable. They are speaker, which is mainly a home speaker, which you can take with you, and they're a great product. It's a great concept. So, and they have another competitors like Looney, and there's another one called Yoto Player, but they're all in speaker format. Nobody is portable. Number two is the stories between generations, where you can customize your own storage shield and make a collection within the family and collect stories within the family. Number three would be the accelerometer built into the headphones, which allows you to kind of detect motions. When you detect motions, it allows you to interact with the stories. So let's say you are in an adventure story, you go down a cave, you want to go to the right, you want to go to the left, and you can engage the story by looking to the right, or you can look into the left. This opens a whole new world of kind of in terms of dimension, in terms of storytelling, and it kind of makes it even more magical. All those three factors is something which this kind of a format as Tony's does not have, and this kind of adds a completely new dimension into the storytelling world.
Very interesting. Now, these can be used also as wired headphones, even though they have wireless capability.
So you can use it as a wired headphone. So if you just want to plug it in, if you want to use it as a Bluetooth headphone, you can use the classic Bluetooth, and then you can still use the kind of the StoryPhones element of it, or placing the storage shield on it and play the storage shield. So you actually have three devices in one, and you can connect between kids as well. You can share the story. So it's a magic light.
And we should add that, of course, these have the technology that you're well known for in terms of limiting volume. These are safe headphones.
Yeah. Yes. So it has safe audio. So and you can it's at 85 decibels, which means normally what in 85 decibels across the spectrum of a sound spectrum, which means that kids can listen for 8 hours without damaging the hearing. This is what we are all about historically. We are all about safe audio with kids, and we are the only dedicated audio brand for kids in education.
And how long can these run on a charge?
Over 20 hours of storytelling.
So for a trip in the car, something along those lines, you're pretty good to go.
Yeah, so it pretty much means that 1 week of usage, full usage in car, going on a plane, something different. So you have it already covered within headphones.
And different colors available as well?
Yes, we have 4 different colors. We have 2 colors which are like the Disney colors, like this one here, which has the Disney ears on it as well on cushion. And this comes in the partnership of Disney and have a Disney patent and Disney logo. That comes in 2 colors, blue and pink. And then we have 2 colors in our range, which is the historical range, which is kind of white, and as well gray. So we have 4 different headphones for the time being.
For more information, where can people go?
You can go at OnAnOff.com, OnAnOff.com, or go at StoryPhones.com and see more about it.
Again, it's OnAnOff.com. Petur Olafsson, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me.